disable, disable, disable.
This means to make something unable to work or function properly, often because of damage or a problem. Here is a sample sentence. The fire alarm system was disabled during the renovation to prevent false alarm. This sentence demonstrates the verb disable in action, meaning to make something unable to function or operate.
Disadvantage, disadvantage, disadvantage.
It's something that makes it harder for someone or something to succeed or do well. Here is a sample sentence. The small company's lack of resources and limited budget became a significant disadvantage in competing with larger corporations.
Disappointment, disappointment, disappointment.
It's when something doesn't happen or turn out as you hoped, and that makes you feel unhappy or let down. Here's a sample sentence. The news that their favorite team had lost the championship game was met with disappointment from all the fans in attendance.
Disapproval, disapproval, disapproval.
It's when someone doesn't think something is good or acceptable, and they show that they don't like it. Here is a sample sentence. The teacher's stern expression and raised eyebrow conveyed her disapproval of the student's tardiness. In this example, disapproval refers to the feeling or attitude of not approving or liking something, in this case, the student's tardiness.
Disaster, disaster, disaster.
A situation where something very bad happens, causing harm or damage to people, things, or the environment. Here's a sample sentence. The hurricane that hit the coastal town was a complete disaster, causing widespread destruction and leaving thousands without power or shelter.
Disastrous, disastrous, disastrous.
This word means something that goes very wrong, causing problems or harm. Here is a sample sentence. The hurricane that hit the coastal town was disastrous, causing widespread destruction and leaving thousands without power or shelter.
Disc, disc, disc.
It's a flat, round object that you can spin around. Here is a sample sentence. The bicycle's wheel was damaged by a sharp rock that had been hidden beneath the surface, causing it to wobble and lose its disc.
Discard, discard, discard.
To get rid of something, usually because you don't need or want it anymore. Here is a sample sentence. After finishing her meal, she discarded the empty plate and utensils into the trash can.
Discern, discern, discern.
This means to notice or understand something clearly, often by paying close attention. Here is a sample sentence. After careful consideration, she was able to discern that the subtle hint in his tone suggested he was not entirely convinced by her argument. In this example, discern means to perceive or understand something, in this case, a nuance in someone's tone, through careful thought and attention.
Discharge, discharge, discharge.
It's when something is released or let go, often from a container or a place where it was being held. Here is a sample sentence. The doctor told the patient that she would be discharged from the hospital later that day, once her medication had been administered and her condition had stabilized. In this example, discharged means to officially release or let go of someone, in this case, the patient, from a place where they were being treated or held.
Discipline, discipline, discipline.
It's a set of rules or habits that help you stay on track, make good choices, and achieve what you want to do. It's about being responsible and doing things the right way consistently. Here's a sample sentence. The teacher emphasized the importance of discipline in the classroom, encouraging students to stay focused and on task during lessons. This sentence illustrates how the word discipline can refer to self-control, orderliness, and adherence to rules or expectations.
Disclose, disclose, disclose.
To share information that was previously kept secret or hidden, making it known to others. Here is a sample sentence. The company was forced to disclose the details of their financial struggles in order to comply with regulatory requirements. In this example, disclose means to reveal or make known information that was previously secret or hidden.
Discomfort, discomfort, discomfort.
It's a feeling that something is not quite right or pleasant, making you feel uneasy or unhappy. Here is a sample sentence. The long, bumpy car ride left me with a sense of discomfort in my stomach.
Discount, discount, discount.
It's when something costs less than its usual price, making it cheaper for you to buy. Here is a sample sentence. The store offered a 20% discount on all winter clothing items to encourage customers to make purchases before the holiday season ended.
Discourage, discourage, discourage.
This means to make someone feel less likely or able to do something, often by making them feel unhappy or unsure about trying. Here's a sample sentence. The coach tried to discourage her from quitting the team, but she was determined to leave. In this example, discourage means to persuade someone not to do something, often by pointing out potential drawbacks or difficulties.
Discourse, discourse, discourse.
It's a way that people talk or write about something, including their thoughts, ideas, and opinions. It's how they express themselves and share information with others. Here's a sample sentence. The professor's lecture was a masterful discourse on the history of philosophy, weaving together complex ideas and nuanced arguments with ease. In this example, discourse refers to a formal or informal conversation, discussion, or speech that presents information, ideas, or opinions in a clear and organized way.
Discreet, discreet, discreet.
This word means being careful not to draw attention to yourself or something you're doing, often because it's private or sensitive. Here is a sample sentence. The detective was discreet in her investigation, avoiding any actions that might alert the suspect to her presence. In this example, discreet means careful and subtle in one's actions or behavior, often in order to avoid drawing attention to oneself.
Discrepancy, discrepancy, discrepancy.
It's when something doesn't match or agree with what you expected or knew to be true. Here is a sample sentence. The accountant noticed a discrepancy between the company's financial records and the audit report, which suggested that there may have been some unauthorized transactions. In this example, discrepancy refers to an inconsistency or difference between two sets of information.
Discretion, discretion, discretion.
It's the ability to make decisions or take actions based on what you think is right, without being forced or told what to do by others. Here's a sample sentence. The company's CEO was given discretion to decide which projects to prioritize, allowing her to use her judgment and expertise to make informed decisions. In this example, discretion refers to the freedom or authority to make choices or judgments without being overly restricted by rules or guidelines.
Discriminate, discriminate, discriminate.
To make a difference or distinction between two things, often based on their qualities or characteristics. Here is a sample sentence. The company was accused of discriminating against job applicants based on their age, refusing to hire anyone over 40. In this example, discriminating means treating people unfairly or differently because of a particular characteristic, in this case, age.